Have you ever been sitting quietly, going about your day, when suddenly, out of nowhere, a strong emotion hits you? Maybe you feel a deep sense of sadness or warmth or even longing, yet there's nothing in your surroundings that explains it. No particular memory, no person in the room, no movie playing in the background, just this wave of emotion, intense and uninvited, and you're left wondering, where did that come from? It might sound strange, but according to both intuitive psychology and what many call emotional energy theory, these sudden emotional waves can be more than just mood swings. They can be signs that someone is thinking about you deeply, emotionally, and with intensity. These are what many people refer to as telepathic emotional echoes. You feel them because on a subconscious level, your energy is still connected to theirs. When two people have shared deep emotional space, be it love, friendship, or even unresolved pain, their emotional frequencies can stay aligned long after they part ways. You may have moved on physically, but emotionally, the energy still lingers. And when that person thinks of you, especially during strong emotional moments, missing you, regretting something, remembering a moment, you may feel it even if you're miles apart. The brain and body are incredibly responsive to emotional energy. You don't need to see the person or even speak to them. When their emotional energy peaks, when they're thinking of you with intensity, your body can sense it. You might suddenly feel a tight chest, a strange heaviness in your stomach, or even a sudden tear that escapes without explanation. This isn't weakness, this is resonance. Emotional telepathy, even if we don't have a scientific formula for it yet, is a very real phenomenon experienced by millions. And here's something even more fascinating. These waves often occur in patterns. They might strike you around the same time each day, or you may notice they happen whenever you're in a particular place, a room where you shared a conversation, a car ride where you laughed together. The location holds memory. Your body remembers, and when their thoughts reach out energetically, it activates that emotional memory stored deep within you. You see, human connection isn't always about physical presence. It's about energy, emotion, intention. And when someone is thinking of you deeply, not just casually, but with feeling, their energy reaches out. Sometimes that connection is so strong that you don't just think about them, you actually feel them. That sudden warmth, it could be their care. That quiet sadness, it might be their longing. That inexplicable peace that washes over you out of nowhere. Maybe they were praying for you or hoping you're okay. Now, I'm not saying every mood swing is a telepathic sign. We all have ups and downs. But when these emotional shifts come without reason, when they carry the weight of someone else's memory, and when they echo feelings you can't explain, pause, don't dismiss it, sit with it, feel it. Because sometimes, in that moment, someone out there is feeling you too, thinking of you, remembering you, and their emotional energy is finding its way to you. You're not imagining it. You're not making it up. Emotional connection is real. And when it's deep, when it's genuine, when it's soul level, you don't always need words or calls or texts to feel it. Sometimes the heart just knows, and that knowing is powerful. Have you ever suddenly felt the urge to reach out to someone without any clear reason? You're in the middle of your day, maybe focused on work, eating, relaxing, and then out of nowhere, their name pops into your head. A wave of energy pulls you toward their memory. You feel this need to check on them, to look at an old message, to see their photo, or maybe even type out a message but never hit send. That moment, that quiet internal pull isn't always random. According to energy psychology, when two people have shared a strong emotional connection, a kind of invisible thread is formed between them. And when one person thinks about the other deeply, with intensity, emotion, and sincerity, especially when it's consistent, that thought energy starts to travel. We may not fully understand how, but countless experiences and studies in intuitive science suggest that energy can move across space, especially when charged with emotion. And the moment their thoughts about you reach a certain emotional peak, you feel it. You suddenly think of them, even if you haven't for days or weeks. And not just in passing. It's a focused kind of thought. You wonder how they are. You feel their absence. You might even replay a memory with unusual clarity. And sometimes it feels like they're right there, just out of reach. That's because in that moment, your emotional field is receiving their signal. It's not imagination, it's resonance. The subconscious mind is incredibly powerful, and when two people were once close, when they shared real feelings or even unspoken understanding, their energies don't disconnect easily. Even after time passes or distance grows, the connection can linger, lying dormant, until one of you starts thinking deeply again. And that's when the signal gets activated. That's when you feel the urge to reach out. What's even more fascinating is when this happens simultaneously, you think of them, and a few hours later, you see they liked an old post of yours, or they text you after weeks of silence, or you bump into someone who mentions their name. These aren't just coincidences, they are what psychologists and spiritual thinkers alike call energetic synchronicities. The deeper the emotional tie, the more likely these moments are to occur. So when you feel that magnetic pull, when your heart says, check on them, even though your mind says, it's been too long, don't ignore it, it could be that their thoughts are reaching you in ways language can't explain. It might be their soul missing yours. It might be a cry from their heart that's louder than any spoken word. And it doesn't always mean you have to contact them. Sometimes just acknowledging the moment is enough. You can say a prayer for them, send them good energy silently, or simply smile and say, I felt you today. Because feeling their presence in your heart is a reminder that what you shared was real. That connection, no matter how brief, had weight. Not every bond fades completely. Some just go quiet, some shift forms, and some just wait quietly until one heart calls and the other answers. And if you're ever wondering if someone's thinking of you, chances are, if you feel it deeply, it's because they are. The heart knows before the mind does, always. There's a certain kind of moment we've all experienced. You're walking through a store and suddenly a song plays, the exact song you both used to listen to. You haven't heard it in months, maybe years, but in that instant, it feels like time folds. A memory, a face, a feeling, all rushing back without warning. Or maybe you're flipping through channels and a movie comes on, the one you watched together on that one unforgettable night. Or sometimes the signs are even more subtle. You keep seeing their name randomly on a license plate, in a book, in someone else's conversation. And it doesn't just happen once. It keeps showing up, almost like the universe is trying to tell you something. These aren't just coincidences. These are what many call energetic signs or telepathic signals, moments where your subconscious mind and emotional field pick up on the presence of someone else's thoughts. When someone is thinking of you deeply, especially from an emotional or spiritual space, their energy has a way of echoing into your life through symbols, dreams, sounds, and synchronicities. Think about it. Why do certain memories come alive only when someone else is also thinking about them? Why do we suddenly dream about a person we haven't seen in years and then run into them or receive a message from them soon after? The mind and soul are far more connected than science can fully measure. Telepathy may not be as loud as a phone call, but it's just as real when two people are energetically bonded. Dreams especially are a powerful bridge between souls. When someone is thinking of you late at night with intensity, missing you, loving you, maybe even regretting something, those thoughts carry energy. And during sleep, when your conscious mind is resting, your subconscious becomes more open to receiving that energy. That's why you dream of them, even without any recent trigger. It's not just imagination, it's connection. And then there are signs you can't explain. Maybe you keep seeing angel numbers like 1111 or 222, right, when you're thinking of them, or right after you've felt that sudden emotional wave. Or maybe you hear a phrase or word that only has meaning between the two of you. The universe is subtle, but it speaks, especially when someone else is energetically focused on you. Those signs start to amplify. But what makes these moments powerful isn't just that they happen, it's how they make you feel. You pause. You wonder. You feel their presence. Not physically, but in memory, in sensation, in something deeper. You may even find yourself smiling with no reason, or suddenly tearing up without warning. That's how you know it's not just memory. It's motion. Something is still alive between your soul and theirs. And here's something even deeper. People who are emotionally connected often experience these signs more frequently during emotionally charged moments, grief, love, spiritual awakening, or even loneliness. When one person sends that emotional energy out into the universe, it looks for a familiar space to land. And if you're still emotionally or spiritually open to them, you become the receiver. So if the dreams keep coming, if the signs keep appearing, if the music keeps finding its way to you, it might be more than nostalgia. It might be the echo of someone else's heart reaching for yours. The deeper the bond, the louder the signs, the longer the silence, the stronger the whisper. And in those moments, the question isn't whether they're thinking of you. The real question is, what are they feeling that's strong enough to reach you without saying a word? Because sometimes distance doesn't stop connection. It only makes the energy speak louder.